Hello everyone, it's Zortrider here and welcome to another week in toys. Today is Friday the 10th of March and it's been snowing for the last couple of days. It's bloody vile outside, it's freezing. But don't worry, I've got some lovely, well, some sexy hot toys with flames, which I'll show you in a second. Not hot toys, but toys with flames. And a few other pickups that I picked up this week. And I thought, why not do a video to tell you about it. Going to start off with, as I say, some flames and some hot retro action. Yes, it is a G1 Transformer and this is Generation 1 Hot Rod. To be more specific, the Target Master Hot Rod. Now this is the Firebolt that I picked up from the NEC Toy Fair. I repainted his face because all the paint had come off. I bought this back, was it December? I think it was anyway. And since then, I have been looking for a hot rod with the fat hands in order to get a complete figure. Now, originally, Mr. Shooty told me that every hot rod released after the original one came with big hands. After buying an item and then realising on the photo it didn't, there was a reissue, me and Shooty found out that actually the big hand hot rod hasn't been released as often as we thought, which is quite interesting. So most hot rods will come with a smaller handhole here. The actual reissue hot rod has the bigger hands, so this one. I've got my Generation 1 original childhood one over there, which has the smaller hands, which I haven't got out. But take my word for it, the hand holes even are smaller. And I thought when I purchased this, which cost me £20, it was a reissue. And so did Shooty actually from the photos. But actually, when it arrived, it is an original vintage toy. It's missing these thigh stickers that are normally on here. But all in all, it's a lovely version. It's got a little bit of sticker wear here and there, but nothing too bad. And I really like the fact that it's not a reissue. It is an original toy to go with the original Firebolt here. So I am over the moon. I have got Target Master Cup. I bought the Target Master for my original cup. I've actually been having a look at my Blur. Blur is next on the list, and I've actually got the Target Master and the shield for the Target Master Blur, but I've got the non-Target Master toy, if that makes sense. So I need to get a shield and a blaster for my original Blur, and a Target Master Blur to go with my original shield and Target Master. Yeah, confusing, right. I hope I get that right with my old age when I do buy the bloody right thing. But anyway, today, not today, early this week, I got a hot rod. He's lovely, really, really like him. On to some really random purchases. I went into the office in Telford where I work. I don't go in that often, but I did go in this week. And I had a quick look in B&M, and I noticed they had some Transformers in. They had some of the Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventure figures. As you can see, Skull Crusher and Ramjet here. And these are figures that I hadn't seen before in person. I'd saw them online and I thought, oh yeah, they look alright, but I'm not going to pay 22 quid for them. They were £12, £12.99 each, I think. The one that I really wanted was Ramjet. And he's alright. He's a cool, really stylised Ramjet. These figures are fun but flawed. This particular figure, well, both of them actually, have a trigger where basically the back opens up, here we are, and you get this bird Cybertronian armour, which doesn't look too bad if it actually sat down, but it doesn't sit down. So actually it should have Ramjet's eyes coming out like that, but actually it sits up like that, which is a bit silly. And that is triggered, as I say, by moving the arm. So you can't really get him in that many poses. He hasn't got that much articulation. And the backpack here does like to flop down at times. But all in all, I mean, it's a really cool head sculpt, very stylised like Cyberverse. He does come with his null rays, and actually it comes with a secondary weapon. When you take these parts off the back, you pull this down, you pop that in his hand. See what I mean about the back falling down? It can get quite annoying. You've got to tuck that bit up. So you put that in his hand, and then you put the other one at the bottom, and you get kind of like this double-ended mace thing. which, yeah, it's a thing. I mean, I wasn't expecting it for this kind of price point, but there we go. Transformation-wise, it's really, really simple. Really, really simple to transform him. Basically, what you do is you get the nose cone here, and you fold it out. You get these arms here, and you fold them round like that on a swivel. You then have a little peg there, and it tabs into the wing, like so, he says. Yep, and then same this side, you turn it around, get the peg facing down, the port placing down and peg it into the wing. These come up, like so, and then obviously you clip these thrusters back on to the thruster section and clip the legs together, and then the null rays can just clip either on the wing here or on the arms if you want to pop them there. And yeah, there we go. There is Ramjet in his jet mode, and yeah, it hasn't quite got the whole G1 style white paint here, but actually it's a decent little jet mode. It's all right, and yeah, we've still got this flopping about thing here, which is a little bit annoying, and yeah, it is just Ramjet folded down on the bottom, but it's all right. It's not too bad. I mean, considering this is the cost of a core class, it isn't too bad at all, really. I actually quite like this Ramjet figure. I actually quite like the jet mode. I think this jet mode is a hell of a lot better than Metal Hawks, to be brightly honest. So there we go. Maybe pick him up if you want a little bit of fun to mess around with, and his joints are pretty good as well. So obviously Ramjet. I did also pick up Skull Cruncher here. I think he's called Skull Cruncher, or is he called? What's it called on this one? Yeah, it was Skull Crusher, wasn't it, in Titans Return? He's gone back to Skull Cruncher on the box. And he's all right. I mean, he's a decent little stand-in if you haven't got the Titans Return one, but he suffers with a lot of the same problems that the Titans Return one did. So he's got wibbly-wobbly legs, and I am going to try and tighten those up. But he also has the gimmick of, there we go. This one works a little bit better. You get a crocodile energon head clipping over his head, and he does have an opening mouth, which is pretty cool. This one isn't as temperamental as the Ramjets, but it's still semi-temperamental, as you can see. I need to put his arm down. There we go. His head sculpt is obviously different to the G1. He's not a headmaster. He's got like the bottom jaw is like a crocodile, which is quite a nice redesign. He comes with a blaster, like so, very similar to his Titans Return one, and his tail does become like a sword thing, but it's too big to get in any real position and pose, so yeah, that's not great. But he's a decent little Skull Cruncher, to be honest with you. Transformation for this one, you fold the crocodile head out, you rotate these down, I think. Yeah, that's it. You rotate those down. These legs then come out at a slight angle. You then take the feet, fold these out. And this is quite a clever part of the transformation. The legs clip together. Everything folds round. These all tab into the top of the body, like that. Make sure everything is pegged in. Then you get his tail, stick his tail in the hole at the end, and you can take his gun and stick it on his tail, like so. And there we are. It's a decent little crocodile mode. I think this really works for Skull Cruncher. I think it is a slightly better alligator mode, a little bit more stylised than the Titans Return figure. Unfortunately, it doesn't open up. The mouth opens up the wrong way, which is kind of sacrificed for the gimmick. But all in all, it's a pretty nice little alligator figure. I really quite like it. It's it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of fun. Flawed but fun. Both Ramjet and Thrust here are exactly that. Flawed but fun. But yeah, I mean, as I say, I haven't seen these in the UK before. I've got a few of these Cyberverse figures now. I've got the Rack and Ruin, which has the same kind of gimmick. And I've also got the Deluxe Hot Rod and RC. and Cheetor. So yeah, I've picked up a little collection of Cyberverse stuff now. Why it's cheap, why not? Next thing I picked up this week, and this I ordered it last week. I told Luffy that it was on Amazon, even though I ordered it from Smiths. His come the next day, mine only come yesterday. But it is Earthspark, my first Earthspark figure, and it's Twitch. And she's alright, a little bit wibbly wobbly on the old hips. I need to put a bit of nail polish on those hips to make them a little bit tighter. But that head sculpt and the light piping is lovely. I like that these clear plastic parts are an actual separate part that move. Comes with a blaster, and she's alright. I mean, I do quite like Spark. There are certain aspects of it I don't like. But I think Twitch and Thrash are pretty good characters. I like what they've done to Megatron. And I'll be honest, I'm probably going to get this whole line because they're only releasing it in small pots. So I think at the moment, even though there's multiple figures to be released, I think there's 9 in total in Wave 1. Only the first 3 have been released, which is Twitch, Megatron and Bumblebee. Now, I've got that completely wrong, so ignore me. So basically, Bumblebee, Megatron and Twitch are being released first. We've got Prime and Shockwave that are listed on the Smiths website for, I think it's the end of March, beginning of April. And then I don't think Grimlock and who's this one, Nightshade, have actually been released yet. Or I definitely haven't seen Nightshade. But yeah, she's alright. She's a decent little figure. Cyberverse is fun. And yeah, I get a lot of animated vibes from this. Yeah, it's very Cyberversey as well, but the designs are more cartoony, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that after getting a lot of the more studio series stuff and more old school animation stuff. It's nice to get a different take on that. So that's really nice. And it actually come with a Build-A-Figure piece. So it come with Mandroid's backpack and his head. So there we go. So I am going to try and build me a Mandroid. Today is Sunday the 12th of March. And yeah, there was a couple of things actually from a couple of weeks ago that I forgot to show you. Not purchases, but more childhood things that I've been passed from my mother. But before I get into that, went into a charity shop yesterday and I found a Marvel Legend Falcon. I've actually got this figure, so this will probably just be one going up on eBay. Unfortunately, these wings wasn't in there and I'm missing the wings on mine. But 50p, I'm bound to get a couple of quid profit on that. Now, there's only a few bits here, but I thought it'd be worthwhile showing you anyway. Got a Transformers colouring book from when I was little. Some of my Bumblebee colouring in. Oh, I love these old, like, toy accurate pictures. Look at this. Kickback and Scattershot. Who else have we got? Hardhead and Ravage. That's an iconic picture, isn't it, that? Yeah, these are lovely. It's a shame that I coloured them in, but then again, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't a shame I coloured them in because it's pretty awesome to see. Something look at the cup there, looking smug. Old smug cup. So yeah, got that. Also, quite randomly, in the box still, a Raw Machine gun. I remember this being a lot lighter in colour, but so yeah, everyone remembers that kind of thing, and I'm surprised how big it actually is. Like, I mean, as a kid, I don't know, the things we had in the 80s and 90s, I swear to God. But actually, let's go down anyway. Let me sort it out because there's a hole for the nozzle. There we are, put that round. Something like that. Some lovely, like, this is just lovely. Like proper old school thing. Pretty awesome. Yeah, and then I got a little bag of bits, and one of the bits fell out, so I need to put it back in. Move that out of the way. So this is it Star Trek in the space figure? It's obviously a Klingon. I can't remember which ship it went to. I think the Bird of Prey, but pretty awesome to say. And then this is a bag of the other bits that I found. So we have really randomly. I think this was at a Poundland or something. I don't know if it's one of the Sentai robots or something. It used to be full of glow-in-the-dark slime putty stuff, and it was still in there when I got it back. I had to clean it all out because it got all mouldy, but I do remember having this and playing with this slime, so I thought that was quite cool to keep. I might keep that out. What else have we got? A little mask. I don't know what that's from. If someone can tell me, let me know. I've got a funny feeling it might be from Bionic 6, maybe, but I'm not sure. Got some parts to a speeder bike. Pretty cool. And another part to a speeder bike. I know where the rest of that is, so I can complete my speeder bike. We got Rock and Roll's missing gun. Rock and Roll, G.I. Joe figure. One of my favourites from when I was a kid. Lost his gun, and it was at my mum and dad's. So I might actually get him out and get him on display. We have a broken Star Wars Darth Vader's Interceptor, which I can stick a bit of glue on. That'll be alright. We have a Bionic 6 figure. I don't know what his name is, but this is like the Kung Fu guy, I think. Clear plastic in the legs. Die cast these figures are if you've never seen them. Very similar to G.I. Joe in articulation, but obviously I think they've got ball joints instead of O-rings, but really heavy. We've got a computer from a Star Trek figure. We have Starscream's blaster, one of his blasters from Action Masters. We have a little Lego policeman, missing bits. We have another part for a G.I. Joe figure. I forget what his name was, but he was a dude in a brown t-shirt and a bald head. We've got a Lego gun. I can't remember what these were. Someone tell me what these were. I think they were something to do with Micro Machines. I remember I only had one set of them and there was 3 in there, and this was the only one I've still got. Don't know what it is, but there we go. Then we have Captain Power's baddie, which is pretty cool to see. I remember having him and I found all my Captain Power and I thought maybe he was just lost. But no, he was at my mum and dad's. And then just a stand for a Star Wars Micro Machine figure. And that was it. Just a couple more bits I thought I'd share with you. And I think that's it for this week in toys. So until next time, I've been Zort Rider, and I'll catch you again really, really soon.